Let me just check. We are indeed live. It's game number 3 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins here on Sharik Sports Network. We are indeed live. I'd like to take a moment to welcome you guys in, as Porter Martone has 2 goals in this series in back-to-back games. And we will see tonight how this goes. But it is the NHL, and it's playoffs here on Sharik Sports Network. As I'd like to take a moment to welcome you all in here as I pull up the game tonight. It should be a good one as always. It should be a physical one as always, with the Philadelphia Flyers trying to take the 3-0 series lead, as that one be on. Oh wait, what? I thought today was ESPN. No, okay. It's 3-0 there tonight, and I do not know who's on tonight for the commentators. We will see.
Welcome back. Once more, Philadelphia is a hockey town. Pittsburgh, Crosby in town, getting set to take on the Flyers. These Flyers, first postseason since 2020 in the bubble, first home playoff game in 8 years.
And we will see, but I will be back in about 5 minutes getting set for puck drop here. You're watching the NHL on Sharik Sports Network. As we get set, it's the Philadelphia Flyers play the Pittsburgh Penguins. Live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, in the Battle of Pennsylvania. And it's coming to you right here on Sharik Sports Network. As we get set for puck drop, we'll be getting ready for anthems. Coming up next, you're watching the NHL on Sharik Sports Network.
As we welcome in Jody, how do the Pittsburgh Penguins get back into
And it's looking like it'll be Dan Vidar versus Stuart Skinner here tonight in Philadelphia. And in case you didn't notice, we added Game 3. Philadelphia leads the series 2-0, looking to put the Pittsburgh Penguins on the brink of elimination with the win tonight here on Sharik Sports Network. As we get set for puck drop, game number 3 is underway. with the Philadelphia Flyers playing the Pittsburgh Penguins. And we are entering in. And it's going to be Raquel, Crosby, Mantha, Novak, Malkin, to name some of the Penguins players here. Chinikov, Kendall, and Brazel on the line. And Dewar, Lizotte, and Achari on it. There's the shot. Denied and out by Woodard, 19:35 to go. And I'd like to say to welcome you in. I don't have a second laptop for me to check anything, unfortunately. So,
they got to stretch the offensive zone out. They got to find ways.
We are underway here in game number 3 as our starting shift, as our starting lineup for the Pittsburgh Penguins, for the Philadelphia Flyers: Couturier, Hathaway, Glendening, Stanheim, Ristolainen, and Bedard. As Bedard the goalie here, 19:35 to go, first period regulation time. Puck is down there, 19.5 to go here, first period regulation time down low! Denied, down low by Bedard. Here comes Philadelphia the other way, it gets cleared. Boo's booing down here. Forster Zegras tip it out here now for Philadelphia. Ristolainen will get it out. And it's going to be got back in. Philadelphia took the last few shots are 1-0 Pittsburgh right now here. The road team has won both these games. We'll see if that'll stick tonight. If it will be a game 7 for Philadelphia that would win if it sticks towards the whole series. But you never know, and that's going to go, and now it's going to be brought in the other way by Philadelphia. Naughty would get it in.
Hard to believe at 19 years old, this guy has...
Now it will be brought in. That puck will go all the way down. Skinner's going to have to play it. He'll have to be careful. He will play it, but it's going to be kept in by Philadelphia. And here it comes! It gets blocked! Travis connecting on it now, picked up by Martone. Martone has 2 goals already this series, and there's a shot towards the net, denied by Skinner. Where is it? Still loose! And the penalty is whistled down, 18:21 to go. Fans are not happy about that. 2-0 your shots in favor of the Penguins. 2-1, and we got a scrum here in front of Stuart Skinner. Malkin involved there, 18:21 to go here in Philadelphia. The first period.
Here in Philadelphia, and also for the Flyers. They don't want to get into this right now. This crowd is jacked up. First shift at home for Martone in the playoffs. And boy, the poise he has, the importance of the back of the net here. You can see it already tonight. We've seen a lot of this in this series. The extracurricular after whistles, and Martone is no stranger to getting involved that way. A lot of comparisons to his game to Corey Perry, and I think it's more in that situation than it is about how much skill. I mean, I know Corey Perry was a former 50-goal scorer, but I think it's the stuff after the whistle that people compare Porter Martone to. Not afraid to get in there.
That buck will not be down at 18:21 to go. They'll reset the clock. And that'll be cleared away. Sorry about you. Blake Lizotte will step in against that. Maybe Mitch Cobb wins it with the shot. Shot saved by Skinner there. And that will bring a whistle play. 18:18 to go. Here's the period.
Just talking about Porter Martone for the game winner in each of the first 2 games of this series.
Porter Martone had the game winner in each of the 2 series. That puck's around all the way down here. 18:11. There's a shot yet to block there. Here is 18:09 to go here in the period. And there's the drive to the net. Not able to get it through are the Penguins. 2 minutes into this game. 18 minutes to go here. First period of regulation time. Pittsburgh, Philadelphia, all tied at 0. There's a shot denied by Bedard. Rebound left open, not able to get it. Penguins are trying to get on it now. Good pressure here from the Pittsburgh Penguins, but that's going to be brought all the way out and down the ice, and I believe it will be an icing call. It will be 17:38 to go. They must leave the same 5 skaters on the ice there. 4-2 your shots in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins here. They have gotten off to an all-important good start here in Game 3, which is what they need, because if they lose tonight in regulation, overtime, whatever the fashion, they go to the brink.
Well, the advantage they have is they can just stick with it. They'll have got to stick with it. They have the formula to win. It's worked so far.
Yeah, Bucks will be down 17:35 to go here in the first period.
You can see guys are
No go all the way down the ice. No icing there. Pittsburgh will have to pick it up. They will.
back in Philadelphia in 8 years.
Here they come the other way. Raquel on it now. Let's go Flyers. Just started Raquel with the shot denied away by the pads of Woodard. Pittsburgh recycled out while they're through with the shot. Loose in front, denied by Woodard. Another chance, not able to get it through, and that's going to be a shot denied away by Woodard once again. Jen Woodard had a good first game, which we were live for. We're not live for the second one, but we covered the first one here tonight, and we're covering the third one here tonight. Been trying to alternate games. Remember, first and potentially two. If this game did not go to OT, we'll be doing Oilers Ducks later tonight. Did game one there, doing game two there as well. As Pittsburgh's going to try to bring that in, and there's the shot towards the net, denied by Skinner. $16:39 up till first period regulation time here in Pittsburgh. Here Philadelphia.
Power play, 3.5 minutes in. I can see why he didn't catch it. He was redirected by
There's going to be a Penguins power play out of all this. John Couture will go to the box. It'll be a Pittsburgh power play.
I thought he had Girard in a bad spot, but as he reached out, Girard went down. So there, former Selkie Trophy winner, best defensive forward in the National
They
Hockey
will
League.
reset that clock.
Sits in the box here. It's an important face-off guy and penalty killer for the Flyers.
Yeah, he's their best penalty killer. And fortunately, they got Luke Glendening on this face-off circle to the right of Vladar, but an important killer for the Flyers sitting in the box.
They'll get one away. Sidney Series power play is 0 for 7. He'll get cleared out of the zone there. 154, and that'll be an offside. 16:32 to go.
Look to enter the zone. Glendening in ahead of the play.
Flyers have done a great job so far in the first two games of really denying the entries for Pittsburgh, but also in zone, really being aggressive at all points and not allowing Pittsburgh to get set up, Jody, through the first two games. It's been a problem for Crosby and company.
Yeah, they've done a really good job anticipating the play, and the power play for the Penguins has been stale, and they've been trying to change sides on a rim, and that's where the Flyers have been anticipating those plays and able to get there before.
They're going to allow that to flow down the ice there. 16.5 to go here, first period. Going to go down. Flyers have won the first 7 faceoffs here. 2 shots on goal for the Flyers, 7 for the Penguins. Both teams 0 for 7 on the power play for the series here tonight. We'll see if they can get it going here in Philadelphia. Here's Carlson over to Malkin. There's the shot, gets blocked by Glendening there. And Pittsburgh recycling the zone here. Going to get back on it. Raquel over. Crosby. Sidney Crosby over to Malkin. And there's a shot going to get blocked away by Crosby. Gets blocked away by Glendening once again. Minute by one. One of the players out there. The shot. They score! Evgeny Malkin! And it's a power play goal! And it's 1-0 Pittsburgh early in this one. And the Penguins are up and running here in Philadelphia.
He's not able to get back into position, but that opens up the seam to the weak side. Here's the shot blocked by Glendening on the Carlson attempt. And at that point, Glendening makes a decision to go grab the stick, but Raquel alertly is able to find Crosby on the weak side, and that's when things start to open up. Those are the seam plays that were killing the Flyers in January that they cleaned up, but in a situation like that, you got to make a decision over a broken stick, Jody, and the Penguins make them pay.
Yeah, good, quick puck movement as well, and Sanheim got a little high on that play on the penalty kill because the hole was there, and that's why that second seam was open. Haven't seen that all series here against the Flyers. That was a good bounce for the Penguins here, and they took advantage.
Second goal of the series for Malkin. He has been involved in all 3 Pittsburgh goals.
15.5 to go here in Pennsylvania, in Philadelphia. The Philadelphia Flyers leading up by the Pittsburgh Penguins leading up by 1. Drive still denied by Skinner there. 15:21 to go.
spaces available. Broken stick, you got a lane. Raquel finds Crosby, and then Crosby's able to find Russ on the back door, and no chance for Vladar. When it changes sides one time, you can live with it. When it changes 3 times, I mean, you're at the mercy. And Malkin able to put it home as Vladar gets a piece, but not enough.
And when you have a high-pressure penalty kill, quick movement is the only way to beat it.
That puck should be down there.
Open that up.
Russ is going to reset the clock here as well. 15 minutes to go, first period regulation time.
Then he goes to the bench to get his stick. He's going to take care of that back door. When he moved up, that's what opened up that seam to Russ.
Now Letang.
They got it out, cross his touch, saved by Vidar.
Sharik keeps the puck alive.
Shari will keep it alive. Will be on it now for the Flyers.
Power play goal from Evgeny
Power play goal from Evgeny Malkin. 69 career postseason goal, 14:40 to go. There's a shot. That's going to be over the stick.
Out of play.
That's going to be out of play there with 14:38 to go.
Sidney Crosby with an assist on the Malkin goal. Now all alone in 5th place. He was tied with former Penguin Jaromir Jagr, played for the Flyers as well. Crosby now with 202 career points in the postseason, trailing only 4 guys who had great success with the Edmonton Oilers.
And this guy's a Flyer killer as well. He's got terrific numbers in Philadelphia.
Both down 14:36 to go here in Pittsburgh. All tied up here in Philadelphia. There's a shot denied by Vidar. There's a shot down there by Pittsburgh. 1-0 with the lead here to the Penguins. The away team has won all 2 games so far in this series. Both belong to the Flyers. Game 3 here in Philadelphia as the crowd goes silent. Their team down by 1. Martone.
Back for Christian Dvorak.
Dvorak tried to lead it off, not able to get it. That's what we bring out with Russ. Russ tried to hit it over to Raquel, going to be brought back up by the Flyers. Now it's going to be on the Flyers, connecting to Martone. Martone not able to get the shot up there. Martone over to the net. Denied by Skinner there.
What a defensive play there by Shea. That was a
Shea also on that as well to broke that up there. And the other, there would have been a tap-in goal here. Malkin on it now off to Shea. Shea off to Clifton.
Return pass.
Broken up by Connecty. Here comes the Flyers the other way. Couturier just going to dump that in. Couturier, the one that took the penalty. Let's go Flyers here tonight.
Pittsburgh Penguins leading the Philadelphia Flyers.
Pittsburgh Penguins lead the Flyers 1-0 here. In game number 3, I believe it's the first time they led, if I'm not mistaken. I will have to verify that stat, though. We will verify that stat, but I believe it's the first time Pittsburgh has led this series.
Brazo's a big guy. They can
Just by Sealer.
I think he was pretty upset about not being in the lineup. That's what you want. When you insert a guy, you want him to be upset, and I'm sure he wants to be a difference maker here in Game 3 being reinserted.
He's already had a couple big physical plays down here. Scored 17 goals during the regular season for Pittsburgh. Pass up the middle, broken up by Chinnikov. And now it's Sandheim for the Flyers. Travis Sandheim in across the line.
Hold on, give me a minute real quickly. Hold on.
Now Carlson. Gerard.
And we are back. It's first period regulation time here in Philadelphia. Looks like there's gonna be a penalty as Crosby's down hurt. Minute 13 to go in the period.
Looks like there may be a penalty. Looks like he's got it.
And Hathaway has a
Pittsburgh power play, 10 to 10 your shots.
He dove, but it did look like the stick came up and clipped him. There's no question about that. Now, whether it inflicted as much pain as Crosby said it did, that's a separate question. But I do think the stick did come up and catch Crosby.
Linesman's in conversation here with the barely official.
I don't know what Hathaway was doing there. I mean,
He's trying to adjust his stick. He had it behind his back, and as he flipped it around, he caught Crosby in the face. Crosby's going too. That's why we're cheering here.
Crosby going for a embellishment? I have no problem with that. I mean, honestly,
Crosby's going as well.
it looked like it was a minor tap. It looked like it was a high stick, but Crosby going down the way he did certainly brought the attention to it. And I have no problem with, in this case, each guy going.
Just take another look at this. Put the stick behind his back, up to the face of Crosby. Crosby goes down and flat on the ice. I'm even surprised, but I agree. That was a little overdone by Crosby.
I think so. He got the attention, maybe too much attention, as he gets called for embellishment. That's going to get the fans fired up here in Philadelphia, as he is public enemy number one. I think for Crosby, early on in his career, there was a lot of that stuff here in Philadelphia versus the Flyers. I think as he's gotten older, a lot less of it. But it certainly feels like the early Sidney Crosby years with drawing attention to that stick infraction for Garnet Hathaway.
So Hathaway sent to the box for high sticking. Crosby, unsportsmanlike conduct, embellishment. It's been a busy week for Hathaway. Postseason series, a goal in Game 2. Became a father for the 4th time yesterday. Wife Lindsay delivering the baby girl. So congratulations.
Minute 13 here on the period. Pittsburgh up by 1. Be picked up by Ristolainen and brought down the other way.
He got more sleep than he normally does.
Ristolainen. Try to get it over, not able to. The way on it now. Forrester.
Down to 45 seconds. Now Ristolainen.
Ristolainen.
Around Wotherspoon.
Ristolainen on it around the net. Denied. 35 seconds left to go here.
Took the puck away from Carlson. Oh, Cates.
Here comes Kate.
Dropping it off Forster.
Forrester.
Goes up by Wolf.
Just
Hits the net.
shot by there. Goes off. Misses the net.
As Wotherspoon hangs on to the puck.
Wotherspoon will hold on to the puck here. 10 to 10 your shots. 15 seconds to go here in the period with Pittsburgh leading up by 1. 11 seconds to go. There's a shot by Recoil. Denied by Bedard. 3, 2, and 1. That'll pretty much do it here tonight. First period. There the shot goes wide. And that'll pretty much do it. First period regulation time with the Philadelphia Flyers down by 1 here. You're watching the NHL on Sharik Sports Network. And you're watching the Pittsburgh Penguins for the Philadelphia Flyers. We'll be back in about... we'll be back in about an hour and about 20 minutes or so here in the second period. You're watching the NHL on Sharik Sports Network.
You ever notice how the best part of anything is right in the middle?
And we are back, second period here between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins here on Sharik Sports Network.
Noogie, and then there. That's what he was looking for in that whole sequence. Penalties each for Konechny and Letang as Konechny came over, initiated contact with Letang. Letang retaliated, and the official Francois Saint Laurent said none of that, and both will sit. Martone certainly does have that innate ability to play the game inside the game, doesn't he? Yeah. That's exactly right. You talk about him. He just started in the National Hockey League a month ago. He was playing college hockey, and here he is going nose to nose with the Penguins and understanding what's at stake and drawing a crowd and being involved. Impressive.
The puck is down there.
If Michigan State advances to the Frozen Four, are the Flyers even in the playoff?
No, they're not. Plain and simple. He's had that much of an impact on this team at the end of the regular season to help give them the push to get in. It was also the reemergence of Tyson Forster from injury, but make no mistake, if you don't have Martone, you don't have the depth that the Flyers have up front, and they would not have gotten in the playoffs if Martone doesn't show up. That's two guys in your top six. It's a pretty good spark.
And now another penalty will be assessed here.
Another penalty there. And I'm going to hop this on really quickly.
It's going to be on Carlson. Offensive zone penalty here. I mean, he's a defenseman up in the play. But it's a stick infraction. Pittsburgh, number 65, 2 minutes for tripping.
Pittsburgh will have a 2-minute for chirping.
Carlson to the box for a trip. And the stick of Carlson takes down York. As you mentioned, Jody in the offensive zone. And what's significant about this penalty is it gives the Flyers a 4-on-3 opportunity.
Go to center of the yoke, all of a sudden they won't go. And the airplane keeps rolling, and pretty soon you're at 90 degrees of bank. So, if it's a jam Taylor run or jam Beretta, 9 times out of 10, it's like, just immediately go into a slip. But if you're not comfortable with slips, it won't occur to you. So it's kind of a separate mindset.
That puck's going to keep going there tonight here.
So
17:35 to go here in regulation time.
You might even want to unload and take a little bit of an altitude loss until you get the airplane stabilized. Okay?
Top by
And then we see
Forster
don't go
about to
across
be
it.
cleared all the way down there.
That is, we'll cover that. So,
Go down to the bank for Philadelphia here.
So first we'll talk about controllability, pitch, roll, and yaw.
Going onto the
So
ice.
pitch, roll, and yaw are attitude independent. That's Rich Stoll
Two game winners
saying
both
this
through the
an
shot.
illustration out of his emergency Navy training book.
Shot
So,
turned away by Dry still there. Powered by
The way
Philadelphia
that
here.
Rich puts it is that
16:50 to
flight
go.
controls work in relation to the pilot, not the horizon.
Guys doing it
And
now.
again, you know, the airplane is the horse. You got to think like the horse. The horse does not care how you
Drysdale.
think or how you see the world. So
Martone.
you need to see the world
Shoot.
like that.
Saved away by Skinner. Rebound available. Not able to be grabbed away. Here it is over Philadelphia. Pittsburgh not able to get the clear. He'll sneak
Why
through
don't you
by
instead
Drysdale.
think of it in relation to the pilot and say the pitch is a head-to-foot motion of the tip of the nose.
It's going to be
So
4
you see
on
in all
4
four
for
of these
another
cases,
7 seconds
the
here.
pilot
4 on
pulls the
3
stick
for the
along
Flyers
back
here
to the
tonight.
chest. The tip
As
of the nose
Zegers
goes
tried
back
to the
and
net,
forth.
Martone down. Whoa, denied by Skinner. 16:20 to go.
And so it doesn't matter what attitude you are in, and attitude means in relation to the horizon. So start thinking like the airplane does. Start thinking like the horse. So that's pitch. And then yaw is an ear-to-ear motion of the airplane, not left and right. So if you're in knife edge flight, which is the third airplane there, knife edge flight meaning your wings are at 90 degrees to the horizon. If you step on the left pedal, the tip of the nose will go towards your left ear in all 4 of these cases. But it doesn't necessarily go left across the horizon. So if you can break yourself away from two-dimensional ground-based car-type thinking, you'll start flying like the airplane expects, and you'll be kind of thinking like the horse. So I actually had this happen to me. Luckily,
Should be great
I
by
had
Latang there.
the program. I took it from him as an instructor.
Fourth
He started
on it
teaching
now
me every
over.
while. And
Still on it now.
I was so, and I'm not the ace of the base. I'm lucky that I had these tools.
And that puck center on the board.
So
Power play is over here for Philadelphia.
I didn't get injured. I did have a prop strike though.
That's an order that they're not able to get it through are the Flyers. Michkov on it now for the Flyers here tonight. Gonna be corralled around the boards here.
It's like having a special tool to work in your car, right? So,
Over for Konechny. Pig on it now. There's a drive, not able to get it through. Full shots, 5 on 5 now.
Safety tool in your bag. Then you want to plot
It's a touch by Rizek. The shot saved by Skinner, 15:27 to go. There should be a scrum there behind the net.
underneath the floor or in the So, just kind of take your time in the free flight. And I know one person that I knew, they always had what they call free flight classes. So, you know, is a person less likely to kind of dig into something on the airplane on a free flight because they're trying to keep from getting all the greasy and carrying that into the airplane on the flight. So the controllability check. So this is what some people call the pop-top 737. So this is the Aloha flight in 88 where the top of the
Just having there to
first third
keep
of the
going
airplane
here.
lift off. And it took, I think, 3 passengers immediately, and one of the flight attendants. And so now, obviously, the structure of the airplane is degrading as well. And then you got another problem, and that is the disturbed airflow coming off of the brake over the flight controls and over the wing. So the captain had flown in Vietnam. And the military has a thing where if the airplane's damaged in any way, you do a controllability check up at altitude.
Are we waiting for it again to be down here tonight?
See if the airplane can handle it.
Up to be down
And so
here,
they
rather.
tried that. But again, with that disturbed airflow and all that, they couldn't get the flaps down more than 5 degrees. They couldn't go any slower than 170.
Had nothing to do with connecting, touching the goaltender.
So then they did learn how to stabilize the airplane at about 190 and what configuration and how to fly the airplane.
Give me a Penguins
And now
power
they
play.
know that they can't go slower than 170. They know that they need a long, long runway. So that helped them in their decision making and going to the correct runway that was long enough for what they needed. So they did successfully land the airplane and bring it in. So they did that controllability check. They found out the status of their new aircraft. Because that's what you have is a new aircraft on your hands. And we're able to bring it in safely. So think about a controllability check if you suspect anything wrong with the airplane.
They'll see if they're in at least be 4 on 4.
So a lot of modern flight schools, they try to just very quickly work on
Tori
the
and Crosby standing right there, the two captains trying to get an
And the way
explanation.
that they do that is say, don't be cross-control, don't be cross-control.
Referee sucks comment going on.
And that only gets
Those
you
two are bickering from the box.
you want to be coordinated, which is more important.
It looked like Jake Brent
Okay.
may have made
So,
mention
And I believe that's going to be 4 on 4 hockey
for
here.
instance, in a glider,
he was skating to the penalty box.
if you're in a
I
thermal,
don't know if they saw the
you're at
elbow
about 35 to 40 degrees of bank. So the airplane is in the overbanking territory. So it's trying to go over. And so you might actually have the aileron control on the high side of the cockpit. In this case, the right side. So say you're thermally left. Just to keep the airplane at the bank angle that you want to maintain. In this case, 35 degrees of bank. So you'll have the controls displaced like you see how the ailerons are, the right ailerons up, right down. Well, if the airplane plays
Rust is in the box with Konechny, or with
you're going to have to hold
Blue with
control right
Konechny.
center
Rust is in the box
to
though,
maintain
for
your
sure.
banking. But then you'll have the coordinated rudder into
Imagine
the
a double
turn
minor for roughing
to have the
for
ball in the center.
Russ. I mean, I don't know that
So
there
are
were
you
any
cross-controlled?
penalties
Yes, you have
come out
left
of
rudder
this.
and right stick or
It
right
seemed
wheel.
like one person was
But what's more important, are you coordinated? The ball's in the center or the L-string straight. That's more important. So if you never have if the ball's in the center, you don't have an excess of yaw. No excess of yaw, no yaw low coupling. No yaw low coupling.
St. Laurent's got. He's got the sheet
So,
here. He's coming to the bench.
It's made people afraid of you don't, flying uncoordinated is not a good thing normally, but all uncoordinated flight is not created equal. So here's the skid, which is spin prone. So you have an excess of left rudder in addition to your left bank. So both forces are on the same side of the airplane, and the ball in the first is being thrown to the high side of the airplane. So this is the setup for a spin.
He's reading off
And
numbers
for
here.
what
Rick
some
talking
people
to
in the
my
old is
left.
called an under the bottom spin activity. The slip, on the other hand, is
They're all
actually
gonna be heading
spin
over there.
resistance. I say again, the slip is spin resistant. So notice that the bank force is left,
Say,
but
Laurent,
the
say,
rudder
you gotta
force
go,
is
you gotta
right.
go. Oh, he's
So
going
you
to
know you're
Pittsburgh
in a
bench.
slip because
Talk to
you
Dan
and the
Hughes.
ball are hanging to the low side of the airplane.
Now, it looks like
Here,
Beach
you know
Club
you're
is
in a
gonna serve
skid
penalty.
because you're being thrown, you
Somebody.
and the ball are thrown to the high side of the airplane.
I don't believe
That's
Beach Club
one of the best indicators right there.
was out there. or
If
he
you happen
was
to be
out
looking
there.
outside and you're not looking at the ball. So a slip is actually spin resistant, so you have equal and opposing forces. So the slip, you want to be really good at slip because if you jam aileron, jam rudder, or one side of your flaps fails. Let's say you go to retract your flaps, or you go to put your flaps down. One goes all the way down, but the other one stays full up.
Don't go for
Then
the
you're gonna
box
have a
as
pretty
well.
strong rolling moment, aren't you? So you're going to need to slip the other way. So it wouldn't be all that
Everybody's
difficult.
wondering what's going on here, even the players, but now it's
So you
starting to
gotta
clear.
be
And Dan
comfortable
Hughes,
in the slip.
I don't know
So
why
you're
the
not gonna
officials just
practice
don't
that.
announce what the
So
penalties are. Why do they have
get
to
over
make
a,
a big scene
you don't have
and go
partial
talk to the
balance.
players?
Get over a
Full
long
explanation
road
to Dan Hughes is not
and
agreeing
say
apparently
maybe
here.
put the
Well, I
rudder
think
to
you can
half
announce it and they
one
will
way,
explain.
and bank the other way,
It leaves everybody in
and
bewilderment.
try to keep your breastbone on the road and just control your direction. So it takes a little bit. So you have two variables. One is your rudder one way, in this case to the right, and then you have your bank the opposite
So
way
it
to the
looks
left.
like there's an extra 2 on the
So-
board for Rust.
We normally try to counsel the instructors that we want you to put the controls in together
Sure,
to enter
Pittsburgh's not
the
going to be
slip.
happy about that.
So
I mean,
in this
if
case,
he
you'd be
ends up with
feeding
the
in that
extra
right
two,
rudder
you
at
could
the same
argue
time
that
you're feeding in your left bank.
Konechny was the initiator
But
in this.
here's what they usually don't
instance
talk
with the
about.
elbow.
That once you're in the slip, the best way to control your
But
direction
Saint Laurent went
is
through a long
to lock
explanation.
one
Now
of
he
the
just read
variables
the numbers on.
and then only steer with the other instead of trying to move both at the same time. So what we normally recommend is immediately go just to a half rudder slip. Just in this case, right rudder to half, and then just park it there. And then vary the bank against it. And so if you want to turn left, you have more bank.
And
than
a
you
second
need.
penalty.
And if you want to go right, you shallow out your bank. Don't go to wings level. You shallow out your bank to where your left banking.
Pitcher's on the power play.
The rudder force taking you to the right. So you can control your direction a lot more tightly if you'll fix one of the variables and vary the other. So you could fix your bank and vary the rudder, or fix the rudder, vary the bank. We normally suggest parking the rudder and then varying the banking because it's more intuitive than how you normally approach.
Yeah, the trainer.
So, and also, my suggestion, especially in a tailwheel airplane with that big rudder, is just automatically go to half rudder first and then get stabilized. And then start, controlling your direction. And then if you need more slip, then you can go to 3/4 rudder. And if you need more, go to full rudder. But don't automatically just go to full rudder. No, which really destabilizes. Go ahead and just kind of try to put the controls in together, but just start with half rudder and then oppose that rudder with your.
No idea what the calls are on this play.
Try to just to test yourself and see if you can follow, keep the center of gravity dot of the airplane.
Everybody got 2 minutes, but Russ got a double.
Now we mentioned yaw roll coupling before.
Everyone got 2 minutes, but Rust has a double.
So this is from Rich Stoll's.
There should be a Flyers
So you
power
see in
play.
the upper picture, if you are not yawed, if the ball's in the center and you are coordinated, the airflow at each wing tip is the same amount in the same direction. And so the picture in the upper left, if you have equal wind approaching each wingtip, then the picture in the upper right, you'll have equal lift at each wingtip, and the airplane will want to stay wings level.
They're
Look
still
what
waiting to
happens
figure
the
this
bottom
out.
left. If the pilot makes a left yawing motion, they're advancing the right wingtip into the wind, or wind motion, and they're retarding the left wingtip from the wind, less wind, less lift. But now look what happens.
And there will indeed be a Flyers power play.
So that left yaw gives an unwanted and uncommanded left that's the roll. That's yaw roll coupling. That left yaw couples to a roll. And this is actually the beginning of the initial phase of the spin. So, in the past, there was 3 phases of a spin: the incipient phase, the develop phase, and the recovery phase. And once you're in the incipient phase, it takes at least 2 turns to get from there to the
Will be a power play for the Flyers there.
On the base to final turn, the problem is that they haven't stalled first. They have the yaw first. Now, a spin is stall plus yaw. And they're both linked together. Now, the spin, if you get a whole bunch of spins in the room and you did a survey and you ask them all, do you care what came first, the yaw or the stall? They don't care. It's just like, once I have both elements, I'm spinning. So, in the base to final turn accident, what happens is someone is overshot fire, and they're afraid to bank the airplane, so they stop banking, they start ruddering the nose around. And that's how you get this bottom situation here. You have the excess of yaw to the left, and that left yaw gives a left roll that you didn't ask for. And that's the beginning. So now there's 4 phases of a spin. There's the initial phase, which is where this yaw roll coupling and the bad flying happens, but the wing hasn't stalled yet. In the incipient phase of the spin, both wings are stalled, just one more than the other. And the rotation rate and the inertial loads and the aerodynamic loads haven't fully developed yet. It takes at least 2 to 6 turns for that to happen.
We have Flyers power
But
play
in the
here.
incipient phase, both wings are stalled. So you got the
Flyers power play after all that.
recovery and spin community. You've got to address that the precursor to the spin before the airplane actually departs. And this is the initial phase of the yaw roll coupling. And this right here.
Okay, done it now.
Final turn action.
There's a shot turned away by Skinner.
The airplane left, and gives them a left roll, which they didn't want. So as the left wing tip is dropping, you can see my little arrow there. As the action of the left wing tip
There's a
dropping
buck to
brings
put this in by Skinner.
to the line. So the wing
Try to see if they score! It's a tied hockey game in Philadelphia. The Flyers have tied it up on the power play goal. And it was all Trevor Zegras there, and he says, let's make it 1-1 tonight. As the Flyers have some different plans tonight than what the Penguins did. And it is a power play goal once again for the Philadelphia Flyers to tie this game up.
Well, that is yaw number 2, which gives you unwanted roll number 2. That's how the animal feeds itself. Okay, that's the beginning of your auto rotation. And you haven't stalled yet. Now, the left wing tip is dropping, and the nose is slicing below the horizon. So the pilot tries to pull the nose up to the horizon since they think that their elevators are up control instead of pitch control. And then they start trying to steer back to wings level. So if you put the yoke or stick to the right wing tip is up, but the left wing tip, which we show here, is down. Well, look what just happened to the cord line by the action of dropping the arrow. The cord line went to a new cord line steeper position. So look at the angles of attack. Look from the old angle of attack to the new angle of attack. Higher angle of attack, higher induced drag, which is going to pull this wing tip back. So that's yaw number 3, which is going to give unwanted left roll number 3. So by dropping the aileron,
As it's 1-1 here, 14.5 to go here. Trevor Zegras from Jamie Drysdale and Porter Martone on the goal. 14.5 to go. Your shots 8-12 in favor of the Pittsburgh Penguins here tonight. And we are all tied at 1 once again in Pittsburgh. In Philadelphia here. Of a power play goal from Evgeny Malkin. Of a power play goal from Trevor Zegras. They're going to get together again. 14:26 to go. 18-12. Sorry, your shots a goal in favor of the Flyers now. Actually, they turned it around.
Where one of the wing stalls and then eventually both ends. Okay? So there's an entry phase, an incipient phase, and a develop phase.
Going back to a Pittsburgh power play.
So, what's the best way to win a night fight in an alley? Don't go in the alley. So if you're in the initial phase and the airplane is yawing and bouncing around,
But eventually,
why don't you go ahead and
he
just
had enough. I mean, now the
abandon
thing
the
is, Saint
approach?
Laurent so far away, you
Go
can't
away.
give him a warning.
Unless you're on fire,
But Crosby
you
draws
don't
the
need to
penalty.
make this landing. So, so we're not bombing Berlin, we're not curing cancer. You don't have to make this landing. You're not on fire. Go ahead and just neutralize everything.
The 14 trying to go here. Pittsburgh on the power play, trying to get a 2-1 lead after Philadelphia tied it. Here to go. Roughly 14 minutes to go here in the period.
So, I mean, who knows, right? So,
Here come Malkin in. Pitt 14 minutes to go here. Second period regulation time here tonight in Philadelphia. Here comes Couturier. Couturier with the shot nice to get clogged with 13:47 to go.
Wow, what a move there by Couturier.
okay, now,
This guy really has.
as we're talking about
He's
the
turned the
rudder,
corner since the Olympic break.
we're talking about crossover speed. So the term crossover speed, no one knew what it was. Engineers knew it, but
Two,
there's
those
no
are fine. This is not. One, I think there's one more.
Well, then an accident happened
it's
in
the third
Colorado
one that
Springs.
Saint Laurent
A United
had.
737
You
was
can see
making
Saint
an
Laurent
approach
from
in Colorado Springs.
Let's see what
All of a
he's
sudden,
going
there
to
was
the
a
box.
malfunction in the hydraulic pack ran the rudder. And all of a sudden, bang, that rudder went all the
By
way
the way,
to
guys,
26
that
degrees.
embellishment.
Minute 20 to go here on the Pittsburgh power
And they were
play.
in an intermediate section of the approach where they had
Regular
partial
season or
flaps.
postseason.
And they happened to be flying just a little too slow for the roll control to be able to equal the opposite route.
Here comes Philadelphia the other way, try to get it in. They're going to be able to. Skinner won't play. Cates on it now. Cates over. Cates not able to get it away there.
Then there was another accident that happened just a little bit later. Same thing.
Crosby's going to be broken up though. One of the Flyers without a stick.
That was this one here. That 1990.
York.
And it happened again.
There's the shot, not able to get it through.
So they've been trying to work on what the cause was for the Colorado Springs accident. They didn't know.
0.5 on 4. Somebody got a new stick. There's a shot turned away by Bedard.
So once they
There's a
learned
stick
that,
out there. I
they
guess
learned
that was
they
off
needed
a
to
while
increase
ago.
the
Twenty on the power play
each of
left.
those intermediate steps so that
Malkin.
speed that you're at,
The
because
tank.
ailerons lose power before rudder.
Early
So
shot
if you slow
gets
down,
blocked. 12
rudder
seconds
keeps
left
power
on the
up,
power
it
play.
goes to almost nothing. Right? In light airplanes, the rudder has to be
Malkin with it off the stick of Kindle. Crosby on it now. Crosby. Over.
Thirds of the way down the runway, right?
Sealer out of the box.
So,
Over there, the shot denied. And that's going to go all the way down. 12 minutes to go. Second period of regulation time here tonight.
18 miles an hour faster. The ailerons would have had enough power.
Then going to send it back the other way here tonight.
It was a hard over rudder to the runway. And so that's when all of a sudden, as they're doing the research for the report,
Just telling it out. Sent across the line there.
the term hard crossover speed.
Fires right across.
So, imagine that you're in a slip, and you got full rudder to the right, and you got bank to the left, and then you start slowly pulling the nose up and slowing down. There will come a time when the ailerons, since they lose power sooner than the rudder does, that you'll get the nose high enough and decrease the airflow over the ailerons.
Still on Mike Couturier there.
Aileron won't be able
Speaking
to
of
oppose
Couturier,
full
the
right.
last Flyers home playoff game 8 years ago today.
Okay, so that's the minimum airspeed that you can fly, where maximum rudder one way can be opposed
Couturier on it now.
maximum roll control the other way. Anything slower than that, the airplane's going
That's the shot turned away by Skinner there.
So, if you see that happen, the
Take
airplane's
it.
yawing and rolling towards your foot,
Shot's going to put up to Skinner.
and that little bit
Over
of
there, off the
speed,
post.
the ailerons powerful.
Risto on it with the shot. They score! Ristolainen 2-1 Philadelphia. And just like that, they've turned it around in the second. It's 2-1. I believe it's Ristolainen on the goal. It is. It's 2-1 Philadelphia. 10:54 second period.
Even though they made them later. They don't want the rudder, when you're going fast, to move too much and rip the tail off. So they detune the rudder. So at low speed, the DC-8, the rudder went to 33 degrees. But then once you drop the flaps up, the rudder would go down to 11 degrees of maximum throw, and the pressure would drop from 3,000 psi down to 1,100, I think it was. So that way, when you're going fast, even if you move the pedals full travel, the rudder would only move 11 degrees, not 33. So, but when you're at slow speed, you need all 33 degrees. So some covered airplanes will do that. So imagine you're at a speed where normally the rudder has half of normal authority, and all of a sudden something goes wrong in the power pack, and the rudder goes forward. So if that airplane is going and rolling over on its back, drop that nose, try to get your roll control back. So as we slip, even in light airplanes, one of the problems that people have is that once they're in the slip, which is uncomfortable, and for two reasons. One, you're falling to the low side of the airplane, and the other one is you got a high sink rate. Of course, the reason that you went into the slip to get that high sink rate, that it's uncomfortable, and what people do...
and 54 to go there, that buck is going to be down.
Slow down the rate of descent. And that's why they can sometimes get to below crossover speed, and the airplane starts going over the top toward the rudder, because the ailerons don't have as much power as they do at or above crossover speed. Okay. And then the test flight data confirmed as they were doing research for trying to figure out what happened with these two accidents. And so, if you have a decrease in speed, you have an increase in angle of attack, or you have an increase in load factor, say gusts, all of a sudden your crossover speed can increase, and you'll end up below it. Okay. The other problem that we could possibly have is we got an autopilot going on. And most of the modern autopilots are set to where you can overpower. And that's actually part of the pre-flight checklist. You know, normally you turn your autopilot on and you're heading about one way. The wheels, the yoke, or the stick press to go that way, and then you overpower and notice that you can over. You know, things like that. There's different tests depending on the autopilot and who makes it, etc. But one of the problems that we can have is with the jam control or control that's taken
As Russell just on and beat Skinner. Lewis the break here.
Is that people are not really hardcore about learning where's the off button for this autopilot and where's the circuit breaker. So here's a case of a jammed aileron. So you're rolling to the right, and then you get to your 30 degrees of bank, and then you go to center your sticker yoke, and the aileron's jammed, and the sticker yoke won't move, and the airplane keeps rolling, and the bank is getting steeper and steeper.
We might make it in time for the
So whichever wing is down,
Sometimes
you'll go to the opposite rudder,
just isn't worth it in the long run.
then you'll be in a
It's
slip,
important,
as
it's not
we
worth
see on the right-hand
compromising.
side.
That's why with farmers you can
And
get
so then you
quality
can,
and
since
savings.
the aileron
Unless you want to get your
fixed,
steps
so
in.
you'll bury the rudder until you're able to stabilize the
Taco
airplane.
Bell's lunchboxes
And again,
are
think
going
about
to be
crossover
cheaper.
speed. You might want to be in a descent to get control of the airplane. Get control of the airplane before you're thinking about
The abundance of the
holding altitude.
$9 box with
You know,
its
this is an
monumental
emergency,
triple-double
right?
crunch wrap. They start expecting everything
Okay.
to be as luxe.
So a split flap could do the same thing, couldn't it?
Don't let the lux go to your head.
Where's the doorman?
So it's going to be difficult landing in the slip, but you need to be able to safely get it to the ground first, right? You don't want to end up on your back, up at altitude. So you're going to be steering, aileroning the opposite way from where you have the down flap, right? Also, what you can do is determine which flap is working. It sometimes depends on when the failure happened. Were you climbing out and you were retracting the flaps, one of them stayed down and the other one retracted? Or are you coming in for an approach and you're trying to put the flaps down, the good one goes down and the bad one stays jammed up? So that's an even better deal, because then you can retract the good flap and now you have symmetrical flaps. And so you're going to be making a no-flap landing, so you'll need to go to a longer runway. But that would be a way that you can handle it. So, if you can, see if you can take the good flap to where it matches the bad flap, so you at least have
9.5 to go here. There's a shot denied by Vidar.
Down, you can
What a
have
difference
strike.
they're making here so far through 3 games. Well, that line
And
did
now
score
it's
twice
down
in
the
game
ice
2.
there.
And Couturier with an assist.
In these cases, don't pull.
Here comes
A
Raquel.
lot of people, because all of a sudden you're
That
in
goes on
a
it now.
inefficient flight state, you're in some kind of a slip,
It's the red line.
and it's all that extra drag, and you might start
That's
to
your
sink.
red line in there.
A lot of people will automatically pull up
13.
to try to maintain their altitude instead of thinking like, I gotta stay above crossover speed. Don't pull it. So if you have this jam, handle the rolling and the blocks it so you can stop the roll. Okay? Whether it's jammed rudder or jammed in rudder.
There's a shot, they score! 3-1 Philadelphia! Nick Sealer with a beautiful slap shot goal! And that makes it 3-1.
Because you're blocking.
And it's Nick Sealer, 8:42 to go in the second.
Or you're messing with it. So all of a sudden the nose can start bobbing up and down, or you can even lose airflow to the tail and the nose violently pushes down. So landing with less flaps is also not a bad idea. So if you're slipping with flaps and only 172, try to do it at 20 degrees of flaps or less.
Well, you can see a little traffic in front there, but Hathaway is a tough guy to go in the corner with.
Okay.
You can tell
Pitch control.
took a little shoulder
So
check,
the
and he totally
hard
set the
area
table
here is the
there.
elevator. And you can have a free floating elevator, that could be one malfunction.
With Sealer with the shot.
You can have a jammed elevator, it's a second elevator malfunction.
2 goals in 2 minutes 12. Philadelphia took the lead. Rasmus Ristolainen with the goal. Nick Sealer now with the goal in the lead.
They say that you only had the cable for
All Philadelphia here, second period. They ended down 1-0 first period off a power play goal from Kenny Malkin. And now they score 3 here in the second.
So it's always ahead of the center of lift. So even the aft end of the CG range is a minimum amount of nose heaviness designed because we can get away with this sort of stability and control. And that nose heaviness is counteracted by tail downforce. So the tail is just an upside down wing. Okay?
Good save by Vidar on Manta there.
So the easy one is if everything breaks and you have a free floating elevator. So then, especially if you have a trim tab, you use the trim tab in the normal way to fly the elevator to hold the speed that you want.
3-1 Philadelphia. We'll go to commercial break.
Pitching has a pitching effect.
My
When
mom
you
signed
add
up
power,
for AARP, but I
the
didn't
prop
think I was
blast
ready yet
over the
until
tail
I
creates
started
more
seeing
tail
benefits
downforce,
everywhere.
which will
Join
bring the nose out.
AARP now
So
for access to
you can use the
exclusive
power
benefits, plus
as
find
a pitch
resources
control,
for
which I
retirement
had to.
planning and understanding Social
So in this
Security
particular
benefits.
case, every single
So,
time that you
I
change
signed
power,
up.
you're
Join
going to change
today
your
for
trim
just
tab
$15
to try to
for
fly
the
the
first year with
elevator, the
automatic
free
renewal,
floating
and
elevator,
that
where you
includes
want
a
it.
second membership
And then in
free.
case
Plus, you'll receive
the second
AARP
case
the
where you've
magazine
broken
and
one of
this
these
for
cables
gift.
but not
Call or
both,
go online today.
you want to trim the elevator toward the bad cable,
Wow, is that pink shirt free?
and then pull against that
I need one.
trim
But
force
what
with the
really
good cable
baffles me
to
is
put
that
the elevator
people
where you
turn
want it.
down free money by not
Then, of
switching
course,
to
every
Geico.
single time that you change the power,
Customers
you're
can
going to
save
change the
$900,
airflow of
you
the
know.
tail.
Oh,
So
free
less
benzene?
power, the nose
It's not
drops.
quite,
More
right?
power, the nose goes
Excuse
up.
me, sorry. Do you have this in extra?
So the last
small?
situation is what I had, which was a jammed elevator.
Oversized is in. Totally.
It feels good to find the right fit.
Actually,
It
I'm gonna
feels
come
good
to
to
that.
Geico.
So now here's the situation in a lot of gliders. So you see where the control stick is, and you have that single push rod to that first pulley. So that's a single point of failure.
Try new Little Caesars
And,
4-in-1 sticks with 16 deliciously shareable
and then you
sticks.
got the
There are
push
16
rod on
reasons
the
to try.
right, and
Reason
that's
one,
also a
they're
single
perfect
point
for
of failure.
sharing. Reason 2 through 16.
And the way that
just
gliders
all these
are trimmed
toppings,
is
they're
you
making
normally
you
just
hungry.
add some
Share
spring
new Little
pressure
Caesars
to the
4-in-1
stick.
sticks for only $7.99.
So you don't have an alternate path, an alternate flight control. So that's what's nice about having a trim tab. You can fly the elevator in case with the trim tab, if your elevator breaks, it's a separate control run.
Fans are behind us, and
And then the hub is kind of like a jet. They trim their stabilizer instead of the rudder. So that would be, you could use the trim there in the normal direction, the normal way, to pitch your nose up or down. And then that plus the pitching effect of your power, and you can get the airplane safely on the ground.
Yeah, it's nice. These guys work so hard.
So you see standard trim tab action. So you trim the tab one way, and it'll fly the elevator, the trailing edge of the elevator, the other way. So this is important because in the last case, the hardest one, where you have a jammed elevator, which is what I have, the elevator's not moving, but the trim tab is. Here's where you're going to use the trim tab backwards. You're going to turn your trim tab into a baby elevator. And so I'm going to full nose down on the trim tab.
There's the truck goes wide, denied by Ladar, 7.5 to go here.
So the other flight control, the other control, pitch control I had was adding power. So, so that kind of shows visually what we're talking about. Using, so the bottom two pictures are the jammed elevator. So using the trim tab as a baby elevator. Okay? So there's the jack screw. If you have a trimmable stab instead of a trimmable trim tab on the elevator. And then the stabilizer, you're putting a trim input into the elevator. So it'll be interesting to see how that works. If it will give a, it depends on the case that you're in. If you're going to be able to use that trim tab action.
Sidney Crosby and the Pittsburgh Penguins in a 2-game.
So here's what I was talking about too. Every time you had power, you wouldn't have it.
And Pittsburgh is no longer on the power play.
And so what I did is I went wide. So normal approach speed on the decathlon is around 75, 80. 80 initially, maybe 75 over the fence.
It was just a 6 bars full, tied at a 2-2 lead here. It's a 3-1 lead here in Philadelphia for the Flyers and the Penguins.
Doing your controllability check. See how slow
2-1 lead for the Flyers here. 6:58 to go in the period overall.
See if you can go directly into the wind. So you might want to take a different runway for that. And also, early emergency. So I made my wide pattern, and I was adding enough power so that the nose, because I already trimmed my trim tab as a baby elevator, full nose down, so I get the nose up as high as the trim tab. And then I added enough power to get to a fast wheel landing attitude. Decathlon's tailwheel airplane, for those of you not know. So I got the nose up to where I wanted it, and I felt like I was in a good landing attitude. The body was basically flat. But the power that I added got the nose up where I wanted, but now I'm coming in at about 110, 115.
It was 1-1 at the time. Flyers killed it off.
Everything was good.
And then scored twice.
The airplane was all
3-1 here.
Making very small changes in everything.
Taken away by Kate there.
Position, easy, ready to descent. Coming in from the
by
right. And so I was doing everything that was in Rich Stoll's book, but I missed one thing. Pitch down and
Trying to step away here, Kenny. Puck on the wall. Now it's in the middle. We got a whistle.
So,
here.
let me back up a step. So there's one other thing that you can do, and I thought about this. Let me go back here. You can change your CG. So I was in the front seat, and there was nobody in the back seat. So I had a forward CG, which would take more power and more pitch control to get the nose up, right? And so I actually thought about moving to the back seat. So I'd have to unbuckle, and try to get the airplane as stable as I could, and then unbuckle and move to the back seat, buckle back up. So I thought about it, but I felt like I had enough control. And I had a good landing attitude, so I felt like I could do this. But I thought about the CG change, and that might be something that you really need. So don't discount that. If you can move people in bags, so if you stay in the pilot seat, but you got someone else in there, and you have them move to the back seat, move bags to the baggage area in the back. If you can get the CG aft, then all of your control effects are going to be more powerful.
You've got to love hockey fans. Some bloke tips in a lucky third goal, and the crowd is ready to toss their favourite hats onto the ice, never to be seen again.
Okay,
All these fine fans must have switched to Geico and saved $900.
So here's the problem with the pitch down and ground effect. And
I mean, this is
the bottom
vintage.
picture is normal
Giddy
flight.
up. Watch my tail, will you?
So the airflow over the
What a
wing,
fitting little
that downwash,
It feels good to
is
score
the
some
relative
savings.
wind
It feels good to
to
guide
the
them.
upside down wing
To get
of
any
the
job
horizontal
done
tail.
right, you want tools you're proud of.
What happens when you get into ground effect is the downwash off the wing hits the ground and flattens
You want
out.
Husqvarna.
And now you have
Smart, reliable,
the relative
tough.
wind, you have an
Bring
angle of
your
attack
HG.
reduction at the tail.
Companies everywhere.
And so
move
then
into
that's a
AI.
loss of
Problem is,
down
nothing
pressure,
works together.
and the nose heaviness, which is fixed, takes over, and you get that pitch down.
Only the ServiceNow
So,
AI platform
it's in Rich
breaks down the
Stoll's
walls.
book. I
It
missed it.
integrates anything.
So I can't blame him.
Any data source
So
in
it's in
the
there.
AI control tower, we
So,
can finally manage all
and
our
we
AI.
The
have
ServiceNow AI
this
platform
every
lets
single
you
flight,
connect and control
but we
everything
cover it
to
up
AI
by
to
moving our
work.
elevator to flare.
Take a seat,
So we don't know that pitch down and ground effect is in there.
Easiest if everybody
So,
just moves down one? No. Okay.
ground effect will make the whole airplane float, but it's pitching while it's
Sports
floating.
returns as your home for Roland Garros this May.
So all of a sudden, I got within about 4 feet of the ground, and the nose all of a sudden just dove for the ground. It was almost like someone reached up behind me and shoved the stick forward.
Catch it on TNT and stream it on HBO.
Now, the decathlon's a strong beast, so the gear took it. It didn't like it, and the gear got bent. But the gear took it. But the nose was down just enough to where the prop hit the ground.
Entirely agree with that.
That
So,
buck's gonna be down
last
again
inch,
here.
prop got curled.
5.5 to go.
So,
4 on,
safety
4
on the
hockey
ground,
here to go.
Dropped the power, and stayed on the center line, and came to a stop.
Here comes
And
Secrets.
you know that weird effect that happens after something tremendous happens. Everything got quiet, and the disbelief you have is like, did that really happen?
On.
Oh man! So
Right there.
yeah. So then I tried to taxi back,
Here's Secrets.
and then the
Five to
airplane
go,
wouldn't
second
move.
period. 3-1.
Secrets.
So then I shut down. You know what I mean? And I shut down the fuel mags, make sure there's no fire or anything like that. Everything seemed good. There was no fuel leaks. But then the engine comes to a stop.
But go now on it.
Blocked off by a diving Bristol Lightning.
So,
We're showing in here, second period, 2-3 to 1
I'll just
Philadelphia
mention
here.
this thing about the banking.
Breaker the hockey career. 4 on 4 hockey here.
That's going to be more of an effect. Let's say that you had a jammed elevator and the elevator jammed up and it's pitching you up.
See by Bedard there.
Second all time in wins by a Flyers goaltender.
Bank the airplane. And you might have to go to like 45, 50, 60 degrees back. But if you bank the airplane, the nose will slice down. So you'll still be turning, but at least you're not going to be in a stall situation. So you got a bag full of snakes in this particular case. But yeah, if that nose is pitching up and you can't get it down, bank the airplane. That'll keep the nose down closer to where you want it. It's not the greatest, but at least it'll give you'll be able to fight a little bit longer. Try to get safely.
Good gun down the zone there.
And obviously, in this particular case, you get that kind of bank. Now you're going to be thinking about a slip.
3:40 remaining.
So control the knees. And then also
2 to 1 there.
putting your power in. So in this particular case, the nose is popping up. You bank left, 45 to 60, you get the nose down.
In there.
Opposite rudder. Now you're in a slip. And now you're playing your power. So you might be able to get somewhere safely on the ground to where you're going to crash, but put it in the grassy field or whatever. So this is a real serious thing. But this is how a couple of airplanes were able to stop that initial pitch.
3 minutes to go here in the period.
Anyway, so that's basically how to fly with broken flight control. So we've covered jam aileron, we've covered jam rudder, we've covered flap malfunction on one side, asymmetric flap, and how to handle free floating elevator, how to handle one cable broken on an elevator, how to handle a jammed elevator. And I'm here to tell you, Rich Stoll's flight with broken flight control techniques work. And you can be an average aviator and possibly still get a safety to the Okay, so we covered how the flight controls really work. So think of the flight controls in relation to the pilot, not the horizon. Pitch is a head-to-foot motion of the tip of the nose. Yaw is a ear-to-ear motion of the tip of the nose. And roll is the wing flow from your head to your hip.
Flyers did get the clear here. 2 minutes to go. Second period of regulation time. Now they will.
Every time. So slips and skids. Slips are spin prone. Sorry, slips are spin resistant. Skids are spin prone. And we talked about crossover speed, controllability checks. So I hope that this gave you what you were looking for this lesson here. And I want to suggest that you all go to Rich Stoll's website, and on his homepage, about halfway down, you'll see a button to learn to turn. Please go in there and click on that. And like I said, all that stuff in there is free, and you see eyes. It's great stuff. So a turn is a loop laid on its side. A turn is a pitching maneuver. So you roll to point your lift where you want to go, but then you let back elevator to climb sideways. So there's no difference between a loop or a turn. They're both pitching maneuvers. So your elevator is your primary turn control. You turn by pointing your lift sideways and then climbing around that circle. So that's also why the airplane is heavier. So we have a failure to teach that basic thing. And please stay coordinated. Flight instructors, teach your people how to do Dutch rolls. You know, pick a spot straight ahead and roll left, roll right, and be able to keep your nose on that. Don't change heading 1 degree. Stay coordinated the whole time. So then that'll help people with the rollers and rollers. Anyway, so again, I want to thank you all for coming. And the fact that you're here says a lot about you. About safety.
Their shot never got through.
If we can spread this information out like a virus. So we're patient zero. If we can affect you guys, and you can tell some of your friends, and they tell some of their friends, some of this life-saving information can get out. And we all stand on the shoulders of giants. You know, I'm no hero. You know, the stewards at the Stewart's Aircraft
40 seconds to go, second period regulation time.
1930s military style. And then later on, I went to...
So Einen with no stick.
And there's a lot of the same, you know, plus more science behind it.
Waterspoon.
That's a good way to say
Bird Carlson.
So, thank you for being here, and thank you for trying to increase your education.
Carlson.
Yep.
Russ.
Thanks, Gordon. Great presentation.
Russ with the move, but R beats him.
A couple questions have come in here. First,
I'm going to turn my camera on. Hello, everyone. Do you see me, Tim?
I do. Yep.
So I'm ready to answer your questions. Oh, and here's my IAC 34 chapter shirt from a contest a few years ago.
1.5 just, you know, drivers
So
close
initially
shot.
in an older decathlon with a small engine, and then in a single-seat Pitts S1C. So I won some contests in Sportsman, and I want to move up to intermediate. So that's a life goal. If I just retired 1.5 years ago, so I've got a few things to get together. But you know, and I cool job being a ground instructor, but yeah, I'm trying to do that. So I'm ready for any questions.
Charles wondered, is there a safe maneuver to determine what the crossover speed is for a particular airplane?
Oh, yeah. Well, first of all, do it at a safe altitude, right? So, yeah, just get yourself over a road and be, you know, 2,000 or 3,000 feet up, and just slowly ease yourself into a slip. So start with a half rudder slip, and you need to get to where you can do a slip well first. So get to where you can do the slip well with half rudder, and you can control your direction. So if we reduce the airplane to a dot at the center of gravity, we want that dot to make a straight line. So in the side-by-side airplane, like a 172, 150, center of gravity dot is about where your the shoulder is, where close to the center of the airplane. So if you're in the left seat, that'd be your right shoulder. In the Champer and the Cub, if you're in a tandem airplane, let me say, the breastbone of the front seat person is about where the center of gravity of the airplane is. And so you want to drive that center of gravity dot in a straight line. So if you get yourself over a road and you put in, say, half right rudder, and then you bank left enough to oppose that, and then park that rudder, and then just try to steer with your opposite bank to keep to the center of gravity dot of the airplane on that road. And then once you're good at that, then say try 3/4 rudder, and then try to control yourself down that road. And then eventually you get to where you can do full rudder in whatever airplane you're flying. Then up at a safe
That'll pretty
altitude,
much
you know,
do it
once
for
you
the
get
first,
switch
second
to
period.
turbo,
We'll be back in about 20 minutes
you
time.
can
You're
do an
watching the
experiment
NHL at Shark
where
Beat Sports
you're
Network.
in a slip.
train again.
I believe
All
period
these
number
fine
3
fans
will
must
be
have switched to
underway
Geico
here.
and
I'll
saved
have to
$900.
check the
Well, I suppose that warrants tossing away
schedule
some
here.
valuable hats. Oh, well, I mean, this is vintage.
Minute 20, we're
Giddy
scheduled
up.
for period number 3,
What's
so
my
we'll
tail
get
with
set now.
Ooh,
3 to 1
fitting new
Philadelphia, trying to
It
lead
feels good
the
to score some savings.
series
It feels
3 to
good to
nothing
Geico.
here
To
tonight.
get any job done
Third.
right, you want tools you're
Th-
proud of.
Third,
Tools
second,
good enough for the pros,
third.
but designed to be easier to use for everyone.
Third,
You want Husqvarna.
It's in charge.
Smart,
3 to
reliable,
1 needs to
tough.
be that
Bring
prize
your H game.
scoreboard, and then 20 on the board.
Turn heads in the totally redesigned Subaru Outback. Dog tested, dog approved.
Get 2.9% APR financing on select new Subaru Outback models. Ponvory is approved for the treatment of relapsing forms of multiple sclerosis in adults. Ponvory lowers the number of white blood cells, lymphocytes,
Third
in the
period
blood.
here.
Usually, this will return to normal within 1 to 2 weeks of stopping treatment. Ponvory can
As the third period is underway, third period regulation time here in Philadelphia, with the Philadelphia Flyers leading up by 2 here tonight. And this will be it for us. We'll not be live for the evening game tonight. This will be it. So keep that in mind, but we will see how it is tonight.
Over for the Penguins, leaving it for Raquel. Sanheim there for Philadelphia. Now Martone flips the puck ahead.
Not for Philadelphia. Now we'll get cleared.
Here's Martone. Now
Hands on it now. Connecting.
Hits the net. Kept alive by Cam York. Held up by Mantha.
Mantha there. Hold up there.
Now Mantha controls the puck for the Penguins.
Mantha will control the puck for the Penguins.
Kenny Albert, Brian Boucher, Jody
Third period regulation time here in Philadelphia, trying to tie this game up. Trying to tie this game up are the Pittsburgh Penguins. Porter Martone on it now has 2 goals in the first 2 games. Trying to get a goal in game number 3. Will he be able to tonight?
Sent out of the zone by Sealer.
As the Bucks will be sent out of zone by a Sealer there.
Now Carlson kept it away from
Carlson
Tippett.
kept it away there.
Ryan Shea for the Penguins.
Ryan Shea on there for the Penguins.
And a save by Vladar on Kinnikov.
The save made by Vladar there.
Vladar lost his skate blade. Vladar lost his skate blade. Wow.
Vladar lost his skate blade.
Wow, struggle.
They'll have to call it
Now the
there.
play whistle dead.
Oh my goodness.
It'll be
What a
whistled
scary
dead.
moment for Vladar. He had no idea. The Chinikov shot off the rush knocked the skate blade right off his skate. Wow. Now this could be a real. You could get injured doing this. Watch a skate blade of the right skate. Right off. You don't know it. What a replay. Yeah, what a look there. But you don't know it until you stand back to your feet as a goaltender. And to have that surprise that you're standing on plastic and not steel.
That ever happened to you growing up?
I never had skates. I never had skates like that. I just had a skate that didn't have blades that popped in and out. I mean, the trust factor that you gotta have in your skates.
Vladar lost his skate blade.
I don't know if I would like it.
Yeah, hey, he controlled it out.
And that is the medical trainer, Tommy Alva, that is talking to Vladar right now. That has nothing to do with equipment, and I wonder if when he got up, maybe did he tweak something? Tommy Alva is the medical trainer. He has nothing to do with the equipment, so we'll keep an eye on Vladar as this goes on. But I tell you, that's a scary moment. You stand on plastic, Sam Harrison there looking on. I'm sure his heart rate just got up to about $150. Wondering if he's going to get thrown into action.
That puck's going to be dropped down again.
In there. With the Flyers leading the Penguins 3-1.
You stand on plastic, it's as slick as it can get. I mean, you could tear a groin, something with your knee.
There's Markey.
Markey Tayafi not able to there.
Sent back in by Drysdale.
Comes back in by Drysdale.
A decade ago, Dan Vladar at age 18 was playing for the Chicago Steel in the USHL for head coach Dan Hughes. Now behind the Penguins bench. It was the first head coaching job for Hughes. And now 10 years later, they face each other in an NHL playoff series as the Flyers go offside. Dallas, Minnesota series tied at 1. That's the action on TNT. And then later tonight, Connor McDavid and the Oilers for the 1 games to not lean over the Anaheim Ducks. Tomorrow, Game 3, Bruins Sabres. Game 3, Hurricanes Senators. And we talked to Dan Hughes this morning, asked him about a young Dan Vladar, and he had a lot of good things to say about it.
That he wasn't surprised, right? He was dialed in as a young guy, and he knew that he would be a successful goaltender. It took a little bit longer for Vladar, some time in the minors, 5 seasons, a couple of different organizations.
Boston, Calgary.
He's gotten an opportunity here to spread his wings, and he's made the most of it.
You played the position booth. What has impressed you about Vladar this season?
I think it's just his positioning and understanding the trust that he has with his defense, and knowing that he's not going to be asked to cover backdoor plays consistently. It's shots like that from the outside, and he's
That's got him turned away by Vladar.
Those long, bad, soft goals. I mean, maybe 4 games you could probably count on that where games got away from him. I mean, he's been so consistent. I think just his consistency and his ability to kind of always be in position, I think that's what stand out to me in his season here this year.
And he's very vocal. You can see on that save, even a little pat from Ristolainen. TV timeouts, he's running through the bench here, giving high fives, and always talking. And just watching the Flyers here, this 4th line was out, not against the Crosby line, but the key was Ristolainen and Sandline. They've been consistent here against this line all series. But now the 4th line is back out there against the Crosby line.
Shot from in close by Rust. Turned aside by Vladar.
Got brought in close by Russian, turned away by Vladar.
Hathaway in with yet another hit.
Hathaway's going to be in there. Huge hit on Carlson by Hathaway.
Battle for the puck continues deep in the Pittsburgh zone. Wotherspoon comes away with it.
In game number 2, the Flyers sat back in the third period and lacked poise with the puck in their own zone. If they can play what you just saw in Pittsburgh zone and defend from there, that'll be a recipe for success here in game 3. Let's see if they have a little bit more poise trying to protect this lead in game number 3.
Centering pass from Martone. Now connect the over for the Flyers.
Connecting on it now for the Flyers. Bob Marto in there.
Shouldered by Dvorak. Puck carried out by
Dvorak.
Into the Flyers zone. Penguins trailing by 2.
Flyers zone. Penguins trailing by 2. There's a drive. Direct save by Vladar. He's going to play that out. Trying to get the pass in. Not able to there. No icing there at all either.
Flyers go for a change.
Pitcher will have to cycle back.
Leading the Penguins 3-1 as Kindle circles back.
Flyers leading the Penguins 3-1 here. Third period of regulation time here. You're watching the NHL Kirby Network and there's a shot denied.
The last 2 plays by the Pittsburgh Penguins, you're seeing close and quick support, short passes that are connecting. It's been a tough time in this series to be able to make clean plays. And credit the Flyers, but right here, close support. You can see heads-up play. Make sure this puck gets ahead of the tank and it's getting to the middle of the ice. There's nothing there after, but it's how they have to get this puck through and down deep. When they're not making plays that are connecting, they're shooting themselves in the foot, and there's been a lot of times where the Flyers sticks in the way, but they need to find those clean plays to get speed.
Dating back to the regular season, Flyers have won 5 in a row. Penguins have lost 5 straight. Done by Brazo, blocked by Sheeler. Got a penalty coming up here. It's against Philadelphia.
Brody's coming up in Philadelphia here.
So a big opportunity for the Penguins on a power play looking to pull within a goal.
Philadelphia, number 71, 2 minutes for Trippy.
Of course, there's one of the guys that Rick Tocchet uses on the penalty kill. Here you see his stick gets right in the feet of Kindle. And a huge opportunity here for the Penguins to try and get back in this thing. It almost feels like a must.
Forrester for tripping here tonight.
Gaining momentum off of it. I get the sense that they need a result on this power play.
There will be a Philadelphia power play. If they can convert, they'll be within 1 goal here tonight. And my power play counter will work as a power play with the wrong team.
Penguins 1 for 2 on the power
Penguins
play.
1 for 2 on the power play. Malkin opened up the scoring with the only goal of the Penguins season so far in this series. 25-22 your shots. Malkin has 2 goals this series. But 25-22 your shots in favor of the Flyers. I believe it's in favor of the Flyers, right? Yeah.
An advantage for the Penguins. Crosby fires it across to Raquel.
Crosby fires it across to Raquel. Malkin. In behind the net to Crosby. Crosby over to Carlson. Carlson on it now over to Raquel. Raquel. Crosby couldn't play the puck. But by the Penguins. Here comes Russ though. There's a shot to the net. Denied by Bedard.
Here's Carlson out at the left point.
Carlson out at the right point. Left point.
A minute remaining on the Forster minor.
A minute remaining on the Forster minor. 13:45 to go here in the third period of regulation time. Bullet 13:40 there. To Brian Rust it goes. Here's Brian Rust on and out for Philadelphia. For Pittsburgh.
Now Malkin with it.
Now Malkin.
Through the crease.
To the crease, not able to get to it. It's loose. To the crease, other way, but R is down. He'll get up. Good break there, but R gets up. 13-19, hanging on to his arm though.
He's on that jam play from Russ.
He's on his blocker side, and Harrison might have to get some action here.
Watch as Russ gets it down low and takes it to the net. Did he fall on it right there? Maybe the leg of Russ came right on the right arm. When Russ took it to the net, it ripped his blocker right off.
Bedard's hurt.
Looked like the knee of Russ? Yeah, the knee. I mean, so it's not the skates. You don't have to worry about that, which is a good thing. But certainly the pressure. I mean, you wonder if maybe the elbow, like, you know, your arm is on the ice, your hand is on the ice, but if someone lands on your forearm...
See if Harrison ended up playing tonight, but he is up, Dan Bedard. Harrison's not getting suited.
Samuel Larson on the Flyers bench.
Once that arm is kind of like stuck on the ice, and there really is no give if somebody falls on it. You almost have to fall with them, but your arm stays there.
Talking to the trainer, I'm hoping he stays. He's been really good this series. It'd be a pain to, it'd be really sad to lose him. It's looking like Samuel Harrison could jump in net. As it was Raquel, it was Rust.
I think the knee hit the elbow, kind of like jammed that.
Didn't the knee hit the elbow there, but the way he fell on it there. You don't know, it's hard to tell here, guys. Either way, Bedard is down. He is back up. Walker is on, Bedard is back up, 13-19 to go. And it's looking like Dan Bedard will stay in net for the Flyers. Huge news for Flyers fans. And Pittsburgh fans. I hope you guys are happy Bedard's good. I hope you guys weren't intending on Bedard being injured. So, 13-14 to go. Philadelphia trying to take a 3-0 series lead. Carlson on it to Rust. Carlson. Rodri the drive out in front. It's still loose after a save by Bedard. Malkin will get on it. 5 seconds left. Here comes Philadelphia. Short-handed if they drive. Connected's going to dump it in. It's like, let me go off the time. Power play is over for the Penguins there. And that's going to be it. 2 shots on goal there. 12:43 to go. Here come the Penguins the other way. Not able to get it to the net just yet. Carlson on it now with the drive to the net. Not able to get it through. And that's going to go down all the other way. No icing call here. It's going to have to be picked up by Girard. In a board battle with Martone, who wins that. Porter Martone. Inside of the net. Martone from the side. Going to pass it over. There's the drive to the net. Gets blocked. Martone back on it now. There's another shot. Goes wide. And Juleson's going to get back on it now. And now it's going to be brought back up by the Pittsburgh Penguins trying to get it up the other way. They will not. Intercepted. And that's just going to be set down. Skinner will have to play it with Connecty chasing. Not able to get it on the Flyers. And the Penguins will escape that here. Here they come the other way. There's another shot. And it carries off the boards. It goes into Bedard's glove. 11:48 to go. Dan Bedard playing some good hockey tonight.
Looks like Mishkov's going to go here.
Say Mishkov off for a penalty here tonight. Power play Pittsburgh.
Sidney Crosby, who broke a stick a moment ago, and yes, Mishkov, Jody, heading to the box.
Mishkov is heading for the box for what? Doesn't matter, but when we come back, it'll be a Pittsburgh Penguins power play tonight. And it will be the Philadelphia Flyers once again play the Pittsburgh Penguins with the 1-0 lead here tonight.
And the Frog Watch Network. Plus, all these discounts. And your membership matters. As AARP advocates for healthcare, social security, and more.
So
and here's a ridiculous offer. Just $15 the first year with automatic renewal. Plus a second membership free.
I'm multitasking here at the same when I'm doing some other work, so if I'm not on my full screen here, keep that in mind. I will.
In the totally redesigned
I do sincerely apologize. No, this isn't it.
Get 2.9% APR financing on select new Subaru Outback models. Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO Max. The best in entertainment in one bundle.
Let's go! No snake has set foot in Zootopia in forever.
I'm looking for my husband, Xavier.
Mayday!
I'm coming, baby.
Somehow, for the first time, I was beginning to have faith.
Hold on!
Wow. Get the Disney Plus, Hulu, HBO Max bundle today.
Sorry, folks, no whales today.
Hold on here, guys. Let me look something up.
Right on schedule. Just saying.
The whale's canceled.
I heard.
The NHL on TNT is brought to you by
Okay, so it's 1,052
April 24th. And by Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Cool.
Well, discipline is key in the playoffs. And Navy's got rise to this mile and a little too overexcited.
Bear with me here tonight. We will see.
He's the only one to go. Another power play.
Here, and there'll be another power play for Pittsburgh here tonight. Try to get this one up again. Try to score a goal once again here tonight. We'll see if they're able to. Try to get within one. Here to go. See if they're able to tonight. We'll see if they're able to get another goal. Who knows? Third period regulation time here tonight. Here to go.
Malkin with the Penguins goal on the power play of the first period. Now Raquel out for Carlson.
Raquel out for Carlson there. Malkin on it now.
He just sitting in the weeds there waiting for that pass to come.
No, they're down there tonight.
Picked it off.
Now Raquel back into the Flyer zone.
Now Raquel back into the Flyer zone. Not able to get it though, are the Philadelphia Flyers. Cates will get it on now though.
Cates and Sanheim and an easy exit.
It'll be an easy exit there for the Flyers here tonight.
Penalty. Carlson drops the puck back. There's Novak. Novak for Rust. Now Carlson. Here's Raquel. 10.5 remaining.
So on it now. 10.5 to go here tonight. Regulation time.
Raquel with it once again out for Carlson.
Raquel Walker gonna get off the Carlson. They score! 1 goal hockey game. 3-2. Raquel on the goal. And it's a power play goal for the Pittsburgh Penguins. And it's 3-2 here in Philadelphia. And after not able to get it, it felt like a must score there. They will do just that here tonight. Still enough time to work with. Still in this game to go. Plenty of time here. That's going to be by Bernard there as well. But still plenty of time to work with here tonight.
That right arm, Jody. And you know, the Pittsburgh Penguins there, they start below the goal line, and that allows Carlson to get that.
That allows Carlson to get that there.
And you can see Bernard just seems unsure of how he feels right now.
As that's going to go all the way there. That's going to be cleared away by Philadelphia. But 3-2 here. 10 minutes to go. Enough time for the Pittsburgh Penguins to come back in this game. This game is far from over here tonight. Rick Talk will put them on the ice here. And we'll get a whistle. 10:04 approximately to go here tonight. That was a poor penalty to take if you're the Flyers, to be honest. You did not want to take penalties this late in the game. Take a penalty, you're going to regret it.
Flyers bench, their second season, Carlson with his 9th career postseason goal.
Carlson with 9th career postseason goal there with Novak. With the assist there.
Both of their goals on the power play.
Both of their goals on the power play here tonight.
Yeah, just look at Rick Talk.
3-2 game, 10:04 to go. Still plenty of time for a comeback here in Philadelphia. Puck is down. Third period regulation time. Halfway through the game, halfway through the period here. Third period. You guys are not aware, if this score goes to tied, that it will go through, and if this score not tied, then this score is not tied, and if this score is not tied, then we will not go through it. So we will see what happens here tonight, and we will see what happens here as well. So great game here tonight, and it's a great day for the Philadelphia Flyers, and that's going to be an icing call there. 9:25 to go. And I'll take that ball a little bit 5 seconds off there. That's alright.
Using millions of data points to compare player speed, power, and impact. See for yourself all playoffs long at NHL.com/edge.
There's Forster on the Flyers bench, laboring a bit. Puck sent around by Sealer for Konechny. Kept in at the line by Novak. Now Juleson up the boards. Penguins have pulled to within a goal.
Only the Flyers have pulled to within a goal here tonight.
Looks to put a move on. Back around it comes for Novak. Martone over for the Flyers. Keeps the puck alive. On the 9th to play in regulation. 3-2 lead Philadelphia.
And that's to be cleared all the way down there. And that's a penalty.
Just trying to chip it on his backhand and got under his blade and sailed
That'll be a
behind the benches over the glass.
Pittsburgh cross.
Mantha to the box. Flyers
And Mantha to the box. Flyers power play with return. 8:48 to go. Third period regulation time. Game number 3 between the Philadelphia Flyers and the Pittsburgh Penguins. With the Flyers are trying to make this a 3-0 series and bring out the brooms in the next game against the Pittsburgh Penguins to take the 4-0 game. And tonight, we will go to a power play for the Philadelphia Flyers, who look strong once again. And we'll see if they can hang on here for the win and the game. We'll see. It's going to be tight here tonight, but we'll see if they're able to pull that off tonight. See what they're able to pull off tonight. We'll see if they can. I'm thinking they can, but they look strong, but you never know.
Ponvory is approved for the treatment of relapsing forms of multiple sclerosis in adults. Ponvory lowers the number of white blood cells, lymphocytes, in your blood. Usually, this will return to normal within 1 to 2 weeks of stopping treatment. Ponvory can increase your risk of serious infections that can be life-threatening and may cause death.
And
Ponvory
we'll
can cause
see
your
here
heart
what
rate to slow
happens
down,
here tonight.
especially after you take your first dose. Do not take Ponvory if in the last 6 months you had
we'll
a heart
see how it
attack,
goes.
unstable angina, stroke, or other severe heart conditions, including certain types of abnormal heart rhythm. The most common side effects of Ponvory include upper respiratory tract infections, elevated liver
And we'll
enzymes,
see what
and high
happens
blood
here,
pressure.
but
Starting treatment with
Philadelphia
Ponvory
and
will begin with the
Pittsburgh
starter
playing
pack.
here
Ask your
tonight.
doctor about Ponvory or visit ponvory.com to learn more. By Vanda Pharmaceuticals.
Lee McHugh with an NHL on TNT game break presented by Take 5 Oil Change. Puck drop for Game 3 between the Dallas Stars and the Minnesota Wild is set for 9:50 Eastern times. It will begin over on True TV. Now, as soon as the Flyers and Pens game concludes, it will move back over here to TNT. For now, though, back to Philly. Kenny, Boosh, Jody.
Oh, wait.
All right, thanks very much, Liam. Mantha in the box for the lane team.
Sickening feeling as it goes into the crowd and the Flyers have an opportunity to extend the lead of the power play.
Flyers 1 for 2 on the power play tonight. Leading by a goal. Lead pass, Cates.
Lead pass for Cates. Jordan, it didn't move out. Skinner! Denied by Skinner! 8.5 to go. A beautiful opportunity for Noah Cates to make it 4-2 Flyers and restore the 2-goal lead. Not able to convert. What a pass from Daniel Menard to set that up. And Cates almost finished it to give Daniel Menard his first playoff point of the game. Beautiful feed though, and a beautiful save by Skinner to keep his team in the game. Flyers down up by 1. 8:30 to 8.5 to go here tonight. As Shelov looks on from the Penguins bench, Harrison does the same for the Flyers. Zegras, Martone, Forster, Case, and Drysdale on the ice. Here for the Philadelphia Flyers. We'll see if they're able to capitalize on their opportunities. They should be able to, but we'll find out here. As Stuart Skinner in his career, 2-7 in Game 3s.
Should have stopped the one on Ristolainen in the second, but since then he's been good.
And might be able to go to a mute there. 8:27 to go here. Third period regulation time. Flyers on the power play here tonight. As we wait here, we will not do the later game. Actually, we might. Who knows? Let's see what time this one ends here tonight. And there's a shot saved and out by Skinner. 8:09 to go. And my clock will always be 3 seconds ahead because I don't have a second screen to split it with. But once again, if you're just joining us in here tonight, welcome in, welcome in, welcome in. You're watching the NHL on Sharik Sports Network. You're watching the Philadelphia Flyers play the Pittsburgh Penguins here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania at Xfinity Mobile Arena. And I believe Game 4 will be held on Saturday night, if I'm not mistaken, and I believe that started the clock there. It has with approximately 8 minutes to go here, period number 3. Martone to Drysdale. Waiting with Zegras over. It's going to find its way over to Forster instead. Forster over to Drysdale. Drysdale over. Zegras over to Drysdale. Over to Zegras. Zegras with a 50-second power play left. Zegras over. Zegras holding over to Drysdale. Back to Zegras it goes. Zegras down low to Case. He scores! A power play goal for the Philadelphia Flyers. Makes it 4-2. Noah Case with the goal. And it's back to a 2-goal lead for the Philadelphia Flyers. 7.5 to go. And guess who's involved there? Noah Case again. 4-2, Philadelphia. 7.5 to go, third period regulation time.
Certainly didn't look like they were attacking as Drysdale and Zegras.
What a shot. And Noah Cates gets it down low, no problem. And from down low, it's Noah Cates. Beautiful backhand move to score and make it 4-2 Flyers. And Zegras with a beautiful pass there, holding it for a long time, makes the pass over to Cates, who scores. And the Penguins, if you're the Pittsburgh Penguins, you gotta be frustrated at that goal. You can't let someone like Cates walk in here and just score like that. But they do, and it's 4-2, with the Philadelphia Flyers looking to take a 3-0 lead in the series with them down to Philadelphia once again on Saturday night. I believe it is on Saturday night, but third period here. And the Philadelphia Flyers are looking to take a 3-0 series lead to potentially put their opponent on the brink of elimination tonight. What a game that would be if they're able to do that. As fans go Pittsburgh here in Pennsylvania. And there will be a delayed call there as well.
Here's ball kick. And now the whistle with 6:42 remaining. It's a hook. So Pittsburgh already with 2 power play goals heading back to the man advantage.
Number 14, 2 minutes for hooking.
And Crosby attacks here as he gets the puck. And as he comes through the crease, Couturier is on top of him. There's the hook on Mantha. Great look at it. Couturier just there tries to lift the stick on Mantha. He's coming through with speed, and now the Penguins are going to call a timeout here. First power play of the game that Pittsburgh scored on. It was Sean Couturier who was in the box for that one as well. Rick Tocchet's tie looks to be getting a little looser as this game goes on, as the heat ratchets up. Third penalty
of the third period for the Flyers.
Penguins with power play goals from Malkin and Carlson tonight.
And here we go tonight. It is the DDFFT. The DD is the video direction. The here is direction will be between 280 and 750.
Got a new pair of dry gloves.
Fifth power play for the Penguins. 2 for 2.
Fifth power play for the Penguins.
There's Carlson. Down to 6:20 remaining. Flyers leading by 2 following the power play goal scored by Case. Now for him, Jason Skinner came late. And now it's Carlson. Back into the Flyers zone to Crosby. Gets the puck around. Now to the point for Malkin. Now Carlson with it.
And here's a 2-5-0-2.
Crosby along the goal line. Back down, shot, misses the net. Brian Rush.
Stick for York, he's got it back now.
There's Malkin for Carlson. Minute 10 remaining on the power play for Pittsburgh. Now Crosby, but sticks Sanheim to the puck. Over the glass.
You can see how important sticks are. And when you lose it, passing lanes open up.
Sanheim with the stick there to
break up that play. And Vladar gives his approval as he gives a head nod to his defense. Yeah, you can see what Crosby's looking at there as he got that puck trying to go cross seam. But Sanheim is so good in this series. He's been physical, he's been calculated. That was a heads-up play to break up that pass here, stop everything for the Penguins.
2-5-0.
If you're looking for Game 3, Stars and Wild, head over to True TV. And then once this game concludes, it will be down to Minnesota on TNT. Shot by Crosby.
Shot by Crosby tonight. After go, Pittsburgh will be on the power play with 5:24 to go. I didn't pause it there. We'll just do it now. But 5:24 to go here. Now Molly would have the Pittsburgh power play with 5:24 to go here in the period, all tied up.
We approach 5 minutes on the clock here in the third.
Big play there by Cates. That's the patience and poise that you need under pressure. Gets it clear.
Now it's Malkin. Now for 20 seconds remaining on the power play for Pittsburgh. They trail by 2. Kittle. Back out for Chenikov. And now a backhand shot stopped by Vladar. Back out it comes Letang.
To here.
Now Chenikov shot blocked by Tippett. Waiting for the puck. Too long for Chenikov to load that up.
Here's Couturier, just out of the box. Couturier with the pass over, denied by Skinner. Still losing to get the pass, not able to. Warner's going to chip that in. We have 4 minutes to go here in Pittsburgh. Regulation time 4-2. Your score here tonight. Philadelphia off the power play there. They scored on the power play. And we are going to hit the last 2 minutes. The last 2 minutes here to go. When do you pull Stuart Skinner? When do you pull that? Pittsburgh on the brink of elimination if his score remains like this. It'll be too late for them to get anything going. 4-2 your score here in regulation. 28-27 your shots in favor of the Philadelphia Flyers. And a little bit under 2 minutes to go. 28-27 your shots to go. 3:33 to go here in Pittsburgh.
Game on Friday. Jody heading west to Salt Lake City. O'Malley from the Golden Knights.
Get those air miles, Jody. Yeah, first game
Dude,
at the Delta Center.
27-28. 3 minutes to go here in the regulation time. Pittsburgh down by 2. When do you pull Stuart Skinner? When do you get on an extra attackers with 3:10 to go? That puck will be frozen there. Down to 3:10 remaining here in Philadelphia. 4-2, Philadelphia Flyers. Penguins got within a goal, but not able to get it there. It's 4-2, I believe. I don't know why they said they got within a goal, but I believe it's 4-2. Yeah, 3:10 to go. It's 4-2. We'll not be doing Ducks and Oilers. It's gonna be a little bit late, so we'll not be doing Ducks and Oilers tonight.
You've got to love hockey fans. Some bloke tips in a lucky
I would do
third goal,
Ducks and
and the
Oilers,
crowd
but
is
it's
ready
getting
to
a
toss
little
their
bit
favourite
late. So
hats
the
onto
winds
the
are
ice,
gonna
never to be seen
be
again.
here. Hold on, I'm trying to figure something out, but I have an hour 39 left, so it should be good enough. But welcome in here to Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, where the Philadelphia Flyers are leading up by 2 tonight. 4-2 your score here so far in Pittsburgh.
It feels good to
We'll see how it is tonight as well.
Ponvory is approved for the treatment of relapsing forms of multiple sclerosis in adults. Ponvory lowers the number of white blood cells, lymphocytes, in your blood. Usually, this will return to normal within 1 to 2 weeks of stopping treatment. Ponvory can increase your risk of serious infections that can be life-threatening and may cause death. Ponvory can cause your heart rate to slow down, especially after you take your first dose. Do not take Ponvory if in the last 6 months you had a heart attack, unstable angina, stroke, or other severe heart conditions, including certain types of abnormal heart rhythm. The most common side effects of Ponvory include upper respiratory tract infections, elevated liver enzymes, and high blood pressure. Starting treatment with Ponvory will begin with the starter pack. Ask your doctor about Ponvory or visit ponvory.com to learn more. By Vanda Pharmaceuticals.
Leading to with an NHL on TNT game break presented by Take 5 Oil Change. Right side of your screen, Dallas, Minnesota. Just over a minute into the action. It's Mikko Rantanen giving the Stars the lead. That game right now is over on True TV. It will flip back over to TNT at the conclusion of Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Back to Kenny.
All right, thanks, Liam. So the Stars are wild underway in St. Paul. How important is this game? Well, in NHL history, only 4 teams have come back from a 3-0 series deficit.
4 teams have come back in a 3-0 series deficit here tonight. There goes Skinner. Extra skater on here for the Penguins. Trying to get something going. Philadelphia wants the empty net. We'll see if they can hit it tonight. Puck's going to come out of the zone. Going to be picked up by Carlson. 2:45 to go here. Third period regulation time.
Flyers scored 3 times in the second period. Rust deflects out of
Rust, puck will deflect out of play. 2:37 to go.
Down to 2:37.
And if I can find it, put that as well. 2:37 to go. 4-2 Philadelphia Flyers. Third period regulation time here, and an empty net for the Pittsburgh Penguins here tonight.
It's Stuart Skinner. 6 skaters on the ice for Pittsburgh.
Puck is down here to go.
Here's Malkin.
Malkin on it now, fended by Couturier. 2.5 to go here in Pittsburgh. Carlson. Malkin over to Carlson. It goes all the way out. It's going to go down the ice. It will not be an icing there. Deflected off, and it's going to be Russ, Crosby, Raquel, Malkin, Carlson. Let's hang on it now. There, good puck sent in by Raquel. And that's going to go toward the empty net. That will not be icing, as it's going to be touched up by Letang there. Letang's going to try to bring it up, but he's going to play it over to Carlson. 1:58 left to go. Third period regulation time. Carlson's going to send her to the net. Not going to be able to. It's going to be cleared all the way out. Tries still on it out for the Penguins. Trying to get it out. He's not able to. Now it will be brought all the way out. Now gets sent all the way down by Zegers. No penalty. No call there. Letang on it now. Novak, Crosby, Kindle, Mantha, Carlson will tag on it now. Here come the Penguins in the form of Kindle. Kindle on it now. Kindle to the net. Kindle trying to set it out front. He has it. Kindle off to a tag. Tag off, turnaround shot by Novak goes wide there. Here comes Philadelphia the other way, racing to it. Is Tippett for the empty net. He scores! Owen Tippett! 5-2 Philadelphia, and the Pittsburgh trouble here in Philadelphia. And the Pittsburgh Penguins are looking like they are on the brink of elimination here tonight. As the Philadelphia Flyers will hit the empty net. That will pretty much do it. Dan Bedard staying strong. And it is game number 4 coming up here in Philadelphia. And when is that? We will try to be live for that. I will try to be live for that. We'll see if we're able to tonight. It depends when it's game number 4. It'll be April 25th, so it'll be Saturday night at 8 p.m. Unfortunately, I will not be live Saturday night at 8 p.m. But it'll be game number 4 here. That'll pretty much do it. 1 minute to go here in regulation time. Barring a miracle here, it'll be a regulation win for the Philadelphia Flyers tonight. There's a shot denied by Bedard for good measure. Just under a minute to go here in Philadelphia.
They talked about it before the series started. They wanted to be the ones that brought the physicality. Jody, we talked about it in between periods. I feel like Pittsburgh got a little bit unglued after the whistles, but it's the Flyers who initiated all of it.
58.8 left. Puck is down here in Philadelphia once again. 5-2 Philadelphia Flyers. Penguins will be on the form of elimination here. 50 to go in the period. There's a shot, gets blocked. Do they pull Skinner again with 40 seconds to go here? I don't think so. This is pretty much over here in Pittsburgh. And here in Philadelphia, the Philadelphia Flyers are looking like they will pick up a 5-2 win over the Penguins. As Owen Tippett, that's going to be chipped in. Second career playoff goal for Owen Tippett there. Unassisted empty net goal for Owen Tippett. And it's 20 seconds to go on the game clock. Stuart Skinner will play in his net. Pittsburgh fans on their feet. And the Philadelphia Flyers will have a chance as we will hit the end of the game number 3. The Philadelphia Flyers will have a chance to eliminate the Pittsburgh Penguins on Saturday night here on Sharik Green Sports Network. The Pittsburgh Penguins will have a chance as Couturier is going after it. Marteau's involved. And Philadelphia and Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh just frustrated at this point here tonight. And Marteau throws them into Watchman, the referee blocking that up. Still going on the Pittsburgh Penguins here. Philadelphia Flyers. But it's looking like it is the Philadelphia Flyers 3, the Pittsburgh Penguins 0 in the game series. 5-2 in the Flyers favor your score. But we will need to make that 3-0 now, as it is not a 2-0 game. It is a 3-0 game. 5-2 your final here from Philadelphia. For the Philadelphia Flyers and for Sharik Green Sports Network, I'm your host, Sharik Green, as always. I'll see you guys in the next one, most likely tomorrow night. Peace out, guys.